Hello, I'm Mary Kurzweil with the CattleFax Closing Bell. This week's Closing Bell is brought to you by CattleFax, the deciding factor. Hide and offal values have softened significantly since mid-September, moving more than 150 lower to go to 1202 a hundredweight. Historically, this is still a relatively strong price level for the hide and offal, but after averaging near $14 last year, this decline does mean $20 to $30 a head less for cattle producers from the drop credit. This price is made up of multiple components, and of those, the hide and blood, meat, and bone meal price have been pretty flat over the last few months. Variety meats, the largest contributor of the hide and offal values, have softened some in the last year, but the big move in recent months has been in the tallow prices. Tallow prices are the second largest component of the drop credit, and since September have moved from nearly $4 to $2.64 a hundredweight, the lowest price since 2021. At these levels, it could allow tallow to be added back to feed rations if it hasn't been already. Tallow prices have a strong correlation to oil prices, so the $20 correction that crude oil prices have seen in the futures market over the last 3 months is the main driver for softer tallow prices. Crude should have support at these levels, meaning that further downside to tallow should be limited. Going into 2024, with more support expected for tallow and variety meats, the drop credit should be steady to higher. Turning to this week's markets, light trade has occurred up to this point at 168 in the north. More trade is expected later in the day at 170 in the south, which would be $1 lower than last week. The newest carcass weights data this week showed steer weights continue to be record large at 940 pounds. This is steady with the previous week, but 15 pounds above year-ago levels. Heifer weights came in at 854 pounds, also steady with the previous week, and 4 pounds above year-ago. Seasonally, this should be the high in the weights, but with great feeding conditions up to this point, lower feed cost, and a larger carryover, weights may remain elevated for some time. Thanks for watching, and remember to visit CattleFax.com to become a member and receive the latest market news and analysis.